Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the Iluvsarahii ColourPop collab to swatch and try on for you guys. So I got both the eyeshadow palettes and two of the liquid lipsticks. I did not get the lippy pencils because I generally do not use lip pencils, and the ultra glossy lip that she released was kind of too pale, or I think it would like clash with my skin tone and make it look weird on me. So I did not get that as well. I had not heard of Iluvsarahii before this collection, but I do think that she released some pretty nice lip colors and eyeshadow palettes. So this is how the packaging of the eyeshadow palettes look like. There is a pale pink background on the box, and there is a golden foiled crocodile skin print, and the collab name is in a stunning bold black against everything else. And so the eyeshadow palette has labels on the top and bottom to tell you which palette it is, and there are shade names on both backs of the sleeve and palette itself so that you do not forget or mix up your palettes. ColourPop did change the look of their eyeshadow palettes from the previous one that they did. So now it comes in this white and black, very sleek palette, but there is no window to see what shadows are inside. The liquid lipsticks are packaged similarly with a pale pink background and golden foiled crocodile skin with her collab name. The liquid lipstick tube itself looks like this. It has a pale yellow gold cap with the collab name in the center. So I will be swatching the eyeshadows first, and I will be doing a finger swatch and a brush swatch below it. The first palette I'm going to swatch is called CHIC-Y, and the first shade over here is Distressed. It is a matte vanilla. And for a pale bone shade like this was very pigmented, smooth, creamy and even to apply. The next shade is called Vivacious or Vivacious, and this is a metallic pink champagne. This is really foiled and metallic. It's really pretty and it applies best with your fingers or with a damp brush. Or you can use a dense synthetic packing brush to really pack it on. The third shade is called Freckles, and Freckles is a matte warm mocha. This one applied very smooth, evenly and pigmented. The last shade is called NOCHE, and this is a matte black brown. This felt slightly dry and applied more patchy, but you can definitely work around it to even it out. The second palette is called Saucy with a $sign, and the first shade is called Heavy Glam, and this is a vibrant duochrome orange with a pink flip. This is in a metallic finish, and it is not very pigmented even when swatched with the finger. The next shade is called Chic Happens, and this is a matte cool mauve. This one applied smoothly and evenly, and it was fairly pigmented. The third shade is called Lit, and Lit is a vibrant metallic purple. This one went on pigmented, smooth and even, and it applies best with a finger or with a damp brush. The last shade is called RAZY, and this is a matte blackened plum. This one felt dry and powdery as well, and it went on quite patchy. So I happened to purchase Pinky Promise in my order as well, and so I did a comparison swatch between Pinky Promise and Lit because it looks very similar on their website. But from my swatches, I can tell that Pinky Promise is slightly more reddish pink, while Lit is really a purple. I generally like the colors that she came up with. My favorite palette would be the CHIC-Y palette because these are the sort of colors that work best with my eye shape. It is not too dark or overpowering, so it doesn't like make my eyes look smaller. For my eye look today, I tried using as many shadows as possible. So I set my entire eye space with Distressed, which is this pale vanilla bone shade. And then I went in with Freckles, which is this light warm brown in the transition or crease area. And I placed NOCHE, which is this dark brown, in the outer corners of my eye. And for more dimension and sparkle in my eyes, I used Vivacious on the inner half of my eyelid. And I used my finger for this step to really produce a foiled and metallic effect. And then I used Heavy Glam from the Saucy palette, and I placed that as my inner corner highlight. And I just smudged some Lit on my bottom lash line. Before moving on to the lip swatches, I wanted to mention that I have the Sonya Esman Here Comes the Sun Super Shock Cheek Blush and Highlighter palette with me over here. and I think this collection was like generally not very hyped up. It wasn't talked about very much, and I don't think they even sent out PR packages for this collection, so I find that to be a little bit weird. Apart from this palette, the collection consists of an eyeshadow palette and a multi-sticks bundle. The shades in the eyeshadow palette look very similar to existing shades that they have, and I think someone already found close dupes to those shades, except for Moscow Sunrise, which looks like a very pretty metallic pink rose gold, but I can live without it if it's going to cost me the entire palette just to get one shadow. And the multi-sticks kit just doesn't appeal to me because it is in mini sizes and the price for it is just not very value for money. So since this palette has sort of like a new innovative product from ColourPop, I figured why not just try it out. The packaging itself is very sleek and monochromatic. So inside we have MATRYOSHKA, which is a satin warm peach blush with a gold sheen. And the highlighter is called Summer Bonfire, and this is a satin champagne ivory. If you're curious to know how this feels like, I think you really need to get a palette of your own to try it because it is slightly different from their Super Shock cheeks. Like the Super Shock cheek products, it is bouncy and moussey, moist and emollient, but it feels slightly more compact and pressed together. And apparently this palette form will not dry out, so they did do some tweaks to their formula to ensure that they kept their signature bouncy moussiness and pigmentation without compromising their formula. I think it feels like velvet, like if you had a velvet lipstick or maybe an ultra satin lipstick from ColourPop and you used your finger to rub your lips. I think that is how, or that is close to how it feels like in the pan. So right now I'm just going to use my fingers to apply the blush and highlighter on my face. I hope you can tell the difference on camera. It does give a very nice pink to the cheeks and I really like it. The golden sheen, however, is not very noticeable, but maybe under sunlight you will see more of it. The highlight is generally quite subtle and sheer, so I won't be surprised if you can't tell the difference on camera. It is not super glittery because it has finer, smaller pearls, so it just gives a very natural glow. Now for some lip swatches of the liquid lipsticks from the Iluvsarahii collection. The first one is 951 and this is an ultra satin lip. This is a mid-tone warm nude. Compared to Strip and Strut from the Sand collection, this is definitely way darker. The ultra matte lip is called MAMACITA and this is a deepened burgundy. This went on a little streaky and patchy at certain spots, so I did put on a second layer to fix that, and a second layer does make it feel a little bit more dry and thick on the lips. The color definitely dries darker than what appears in the tube, and compared to similar shades that ColourPop has in their ultra matte lip range, Notion is lighter and more purple. Saturday is also more purple and more berry toned. LAX is as dark, but it has more brownish red tones to it. Rouge is lighter and it is more of a reddish brown shade. So that is all of the Iluvsarahii collection that I have. I actually really like the items in this collection. If only the ultra matte lip weren't so streaky and applied nicely, that would be great, even better. But so far, I think I like all the colors that she released. Some of them may be similar to existing shades that you have in your collection. So if you have those shades already, you do not need these. But if you are a die-hard ColourPop fan or you love Iluvsarahii and you want to support her collaboration, then, you know, just go for it. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye bye!